All right, traders, a very warm welcome. Devang here from the Financial Analyst. And today I want to talk about the strategy for the markets and the outlook for the markets tomorrow, which is Thursday, 1st of April, 2021, weekly expiry, the first expiry in April. A couple of points before I start. Tomorrow marks the new year for the new financial year. So if you are a trader, if you've done losses in the past, this is a cutoff date, which means that your P&L goes back to zero. So try not to make those mistakes again. Try to do more logical training, manage your risks properly, get your psychology right, because this is a start. This is a time for you. It's a chance the market gives to you to start over and make that count. Point number two is in this entire month of April, the events will start. I think from the next week, not this week, but the events like the IIP data, monthly auto sales data, etc., is going to start to come in. The quarterly results of the fourth quarter, starting with the IT companies, that's going to start, I think, from the 7th or 8th, or maybe 14th. I'm not sure about the date. But also remember that a lot of holidays are there in this month. I think every week has one holiday, leaving out the next week. So tomorrow is Friday is a holiday, which is Good Friday. 14th is also a holiday. So like that, tons of holidays are planned. So my advice for you will be, please plan your trades accordingly, in the sense that please just don't blindly buy a weekly expiry and think of holding that expiry, because of these holidays you will see a lot of decay happening in your premium if you're trading in options. So advisable would be, please go 2 weeks ahead, or go to the monthly expiry, or play in stock options. Couldn't be easier. So that is what I am doing. I'm fully involved in stock options, not really active in the index as of now, unless until I see a big move coming in the market. All right. So tomorrow is also the auto sales data. The first of every month is the monthly auto sales data. What happened in March will be discussed tomorrow. So, auto companies will be in focus. I'll try to do a video in the night if I get some time, but do make your levels on the auto companies, because depending upon the data that comes in, the sales that comes in, you might see some movement on the positive or the negative side. So let's just talk about the levels. Today, Nifty has closed on the lower side, and Bank Nifty again underperformed today. Let's open the charts for a second and see what has really happened. I'll open the one-day chart, and let me just hide all these drawings. So this is Bank Nifty. If you all are in a mentorship program, we already gave you this level, and we told you that this level is not going to be broken anytime soon. So 33,916, very, very strong resistance. We have taken a bounce all the way from this level, and the structure is still not looking very fine. I want to give you some ideas for tomorrow, where market should open, what you need to do exactly. Let me open the 15-minute chart of Bank Nifty. Today was a volatile trade. You saw a good fall in the first half, in the first candle. And I think after that, it was all just volatility that was coming in. So a lot of times you have seen Wednesdays tend to be volatile, and Thursdays you can get a big move in the market. And I think tomorrow we could get a trending day. That is point number one that I want to make. I'm going to give you some levels noted down. I don't give you a lot of levels, but this is an exceptional time. Note these levels down. Probably it's going to help you out. I have drawn this trend line that is coming in all the way. So let me just enlarge my screen. I've drawn this trend line coming in from 15th March highs. And exactly today, we have taken resistance here. It was support earlier, taken resistance here. So going forward, I think this is one line which will be of a lot of importance, I think, for me. So you could join these highs starting from 15th of March, and you could draw this trend line on your screen. Levels that I see which are very, very important, I would say, are the levels of 33,200. I also think 33,600 is very important, followed by 33,950 levels, odd numbers, and followed by 34,230. I think these are the four levels that you need to keep in your mind going forward. Now, we have got a very poor closing today in the market, just closed near the lows, which is today's closing was at 33,300 levels. Now, the question is, what do we do tomorrow? So it always depends upon where you open. Because we have closed at the lows, personally, I'm again saying personally, the reason I say that is because currently Himalay has a different perspective. He's holding different positions, which he will guide you on Telegram. So you will know both views of different people in the markets, and accordingly we're playing differently. So personally, I think if I open flattish somewhere over here, so if I open, I would say anywhere in this range below my trend line, which is around 33,350 levels, and in the range of 33,200 levels, I would want to be a seller, because we have already tested this level multiple times. And if now this level breaks, you could see a big fall. I'll be very honest about it. You could see a big fall. The reason being, there is no support till 33,000. That's the gap filling. And I don't think it's a very strong support. We could always see 32,500 also even tomorrow itself. But again, the condition is you should get a flattish opening, and the level of 33,200 must be broken in the first 1 hour itself, ideally in the first 30 minutes. So I'll be active on Telegram, on our Discord servers, whoever's a mentorship client. So you'll probably be aware what you need to do. But I'm making you all prepared so that you have the orders ready. You can just punch in the order and make some money out of tomorrow, because it could be a really good day to mint money. I'm going to be a seller tomorrow, not looking at a buying market personally. So if you are opening flat, if you break in the first 30 minutes the level of 33,200, I would say 33K should be a very achievable target. You should go for that. If you get further falls, I would say this could also be achievable. But we'll see how things go tomorrow. Secondly, what happens if you open gap down? If you are opening gap down, this could be something which is going to create panic. I'll be very, very honest about it. If you are opening gap down in the market, this is going to create panic, because anyone who has bought calls here, they're going to cover, they're going to exit. And people in the put side, they will not exit right now until they see a green candle. As simple as that. So if you are seeing a gap down, if you are in calls, I think it is a good suggestion. You should exit calls immediately, because this panic will again drive the market down further. I will not be surprised if we get a gap down tomorrow also. So we will see some events have been scheduled in America by Biden today. Let's see how they turn out. Let's see how the American markets react. It's only 6:30 right now in India. But if the gap down comes, I would say surely 32,500 is coming tomorrow. Number two. Number three, what if you are opening in this range? Now, this means that you are gapping up a good 100 points from your closing of 33,300, and you are opening below the first resistance of 33,600. So if you are in this range, expect expiry play. I'll put it very simply. Please don't expect any trending markets. I don't think it will happen then. I think it should be an expiry play. You will be stuck in this range. So it's advisable you short calls, you short puts depending upon the range. And let's say if you open in this range, some big positive sentiment happens. If you open in this range, you could be a buyer on dip. Then this level becomes support, very strong support, and you could see these levels also. So I've given you all different 4 scenarios. Whichever way you open, plan your markets accordingly. I'm personally a seller tomorrow. Let's observe American markets so we can comment better. Let's just look at Nifty right now. And before Nifty, let me just show you the constituents of banks, because if you're analyzing Bank Nifty, you need to know what the other constituents are also doing. If I look at the daily chart, Axis Bank has been consolidating at the lowest for quite some time. And it could be a blow-off day, either on the upside or on the downside. I think the day is coming when Axis Bank needs to decide what it wants to do. We're already very low on the RSIs, could have some selling pressure. First thought is to a selling pressure, because for 2 consecutive days we have closed below 700. I think a lot of put writers are there at 700, a lot of call writing at 720. So any movements on the upside are getting sold into. So it's sooner or later, if Axis Bank opens with a gap down tomorrow, the put writers are going to book losses. They're going to cover. You will see 680 tomorrow in Axis Bank. That's what I personally think. Again, it's important where you open. HDFC Bank, we saw a very good run up, but everything is bought into. Sold into. I see a very good trend line coming in. It was all given to you in the Discord servers. I think as long as the trend line is intact, your trend is down. I am bearish on the banks. I told you on Telegram, for the foreseeable future, unless until some big event happens. I want to see today the data that comes in. Yesterday, the data was not available. I'm just checking if the data is out today. But I want to see data. I want to see, are the FIIs sellers right now, or are they buyers? I also want to see the derivative data. So I will come back in the evening, and give you a better comment. But I think HDFC Bank, some kind of a manipulation happened. Everything was sold into. Nothing interesting really happened on HDFC. ICICI Bank also, you're at lows. You did a good pullback, but again, it's being sold into. So you aren't seeing any strength in the banking sector. There's a good sector rotation happening from growth to value stocks. I would say IT doing well. I would say FMCG doing well, consumers doing well, and pharma is doing well. Auto companies start to bring out results tomorrow. So I would say I would not be surprised if the banking sector underperforms with respect to Nifty going forward, even on the upside. Kotak Mahindra Bank also is at very, very crucial levels. You got this good head and shoulder kind of pattern. Sorry, it's a good double top kind of a pattern. It broke, kind of retested again, fell down. So tomorrow, even if you open flattish, I would say the levels of 1700 do open up on Kotak. So I don't see any good support coming in on the downside for Kotak. And finally, SBI. SBI had a good surge in the morning. It was up 1.5%, 2% also. I think that was due to the update that came in that SBI is collaborating with a Japanese bank. So for I would say $1 billion, but I think it was sold into immediately. And I think this trend line is still playing a very strong resistance on SBI. Unless until this trend line breaks, I would say the downtrend of the banking sector is still intact. So this is my view on the banks. Now talking about Nifty. Nifty also, what a wonderful candle we had last night. Everyone became bullish. And I think because of the data not coming out, people didn't know what to do today. That's why I say data is very important, because the data tells you exactly, what's going to happen in the market. And people who know how to read the data, they really know how to understand which side the movements are going to happen. So data is very, very important today. Is it just a manipulation done for the year end? Is it just a window dressing done? Or is it actually going to sustain? So I would say observe 1-2 days, observe 3 days, and that will tell you if this movement that happened is a sustainable movement or not. But right now, this is called a bullish harami pattern. Sorry, bearish harami pattern, which means pregnant if you know candlesticks. But forget about all of that. This is a good pullback that has come in. I want to give you some technical understanding of what's happened in the market. This 23rd March highs have given a very strong resistance yesterday. You all have been updated on Discord already. So I would say as long as 880, remember this level is going to be very important for you in the month of April. 14,880. As long as this level is intact, I would say sellers are still in control. And no matter how high you will go, you will always witness some kind of selling in the market. Why? It was a predominant downtrend. So the higher we keep on going, we keep on hitting a resistance and we keep on coming down. So 880 is a stop loss, I would say, for all sellers. If 880 is broken, become a buyer, become a chameleon, become a buyer, positional view, intraday view, etc. But I would say as long as 880 is there, if you are a seller in the market, you can sustain. There is no problem. Now, today, what was important is where markets open. Now, this is something I could not update on Telegram. I've been busy for the last couple of days in the mentorship, personal consultations. But, what was the plan today? Our plan today was that, if yesterday markets closed at highs, so if markets opened flattish or a small gap down or a gap up, you could see a big rally in the market, a good momentum in Nifty, Bank Nifty. But today you opened gap down, which really, spoiled the mood of the party, of the bulls. So it's again, went off highs. Now the question is what to do tomorrow. Today, this 700 zone was a very, very important zone, and markets were sustaining here again and again and again. And in the end, in the last 30-40 minutes, the zone broke. And we have closed below 14,700. Let me just see what the closing is. It's 690. Okay. Sorry. So 14,690 has been the closing now, which is not a very good closing. We've closed exactly at the day low, approximately. Now, again, it's important where you open. If you are opening tomorrow with a gap up, again, could happen. No one knows. If you are opening with a gap up, let's say around 730 levels, 750 levels, you will have a volatile trade, expiry trade. Either you will have the top as 811 levels and you sustain in the 100-point range, or I would say 880 levels, depending upon volatility of Nifty, and 700 levels. Then I don't think the low will be broken. Same goes for Bank Nifty. If you are opening gap up, it will be a pure expiry play, volatile trade, and be a option seller. There will be no point of option buying. It's going to ruin you. It's going to hit your stop loss. Okay, please remember that point. However, if you are opening flattish, so which means I would say 680 to 710 kind of regions, 720 kind of regions, you could see a blow off happening because you are at the lows. If in the first 30 minutes you are seeing some kind of follow through, I would say the level of 620 will open up. So if you're going short on a flat opening, I would say 620 will be the target number one. And I think market should halt here for a little bit. If this also breaks, then I would say 500 round number. 14,500 is a level that we need to respect tomorrow. It's a good 200-point fall that we're seeing on the current levels, achievable. But the condition is, if you are opening flat plus minus 10, 20 points, you should fall down in the first half an hour. Don't wait for 2-3 hours, because then fall is not happening. If you are opening gap down, for sure, I would say, I see again, I am a human being. I have the right to be wrong. Please consult your advisors. But when I say a gap down is happening, I will be an aggressive seller. I think 14,500 is on the cards. I don't think it is going to be difficult. That is about Nifty. That is also about Bank Nifty. One last update is about Reliance, a very, very crucial level, guys. I made a video last time also on Reliance, and that day it didn't work out. The reason was it opened a gap up. And I told you very well, if market gaps up, we ignore the video. Same is the case today. Multiple testing of same level again and again and again. Reliance is becoming weaker and weaker and weaker. Valuation stretched, getting ready for a fall. 1920 is the first support that I see. So that's an 80-point fall from the current levels, which means that if Reliance open gaps up, ignore this video again. Ignore it. However, if Reliance opens somewhere between 1990 to 2000 levels, something like that, then you can see a bigger fall to happen in the markets, which means Reliance could lead the fall, because already Reliance has tested the same level again and again and again. So if you are getting a good 10-15 point gap down, I would say you can go for a short, or if you're a safe guy, 1980 breaking, or if you are closing below 15 minutes for 1980, you can go short in the market. I think 1920 can come tomorrow. So this is all what I think. As we are talking, SGA has shown off some cool off happening on the highs. From 800, it's gone down 50 points. So we'll see all of that. Let America open. But that's my analysis for tomorrow. I hope you have a good expiry, safe expiry. Play safe, guys. Don't be greedy. Thank you so much for watching.